day stuck in the funk, so I'm about to get drunk. Sitting right on top of me with that incredible rump, so check it out, I got a blunt. I ain't about to spend my whole day stuck in the funk, so I'm about to get drunk. Sitting right on top of me with that incredible rump, so check it out.
And good morning, everybody. This is Mike with Morning with Mike. How's everybody doing today? I don't know what's going on with the music, but hey, who really cares? We got it. So, sorry about the late start today. Give me a second. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Had a little mishap with the music. But for this episode today, we're going to talk about flat Earth. And you're going to need a blunt and a hoe to understand what the fuck these people are talking about. So, let me give you a little background. There is a person at work that is the most anti-flat person ever. He gets legitimately upset when people talk about flat Earth. So, just me to poke fun at him, I got caught in that fucking YouTube wormhole that we all do. And I started watching videos about flat Earth shit. Right? So, then I got to thinking, well, shit. Some of these people make sense. Okay, yeah. The airplanes don't have to dive or whatever. Basically, what today's show is going to... Today's show is going to be a debate show. But before we get into that, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching this on the YouTube channel. If you're listening to this on Spotify, Google Podcast, Stitcher, Breaker, Anchor, Catbox, whatever, give us a follow. Give us a ranking, preferably 5 stars, so we can improve the show each and every time I'm on air. Speaking of on air, I'm on air every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9:45 a.m. Coming to you live from RTA Production Studios. And today's show is funded by my mom's credit card. Because I'm just a man in my mom's basement talking to y'all people. Not really, but I thought it was kind of funny. So anyways, like I said, today was supposed to be a debate show. I had a flat earther that I met on the interwebs. He's like, yes, I want to talk about flat Earth. I want to do this. And then I had the guy from work that was anti-flat Earth. He was going to come in and just be the absolute destroyer of all destroyers, right? But these motherfuckers pussed out. They pussed the fuck out. Give me a second. That's a Monster Energy drink. I was up all night watching the Browns-Jets play. I was excited for the Browns. Good job, Browns. Round of applause. But back to flat Earth. Like I said, I had this awesome debate set up. We've been chit-chatting for almost a week and a half, because I've had this live stream planned for damn near 2 weeks. Called them this morning about 9 o'clock in the morning, and none of them answered. Sent them a text. Sorry, I'm busy today. Motherfucker, get the fuck out of here. So, I scrambled it around. I tried to get some videos lined up for y'all. Couldn't find anything. All of a sudden, I could not find all these videos of the flat Earth that I was looking for. So, I had this guy that I'm not for sure if he's pro flat Earth or against flat Earth. I watched a little bit of the video, but we're just going to sit back and watch the flat Earth theories that he possesses, and I'm just going to say how fucking stupid they are. But let me get this straight. The Earth's not flat. So give me a moment. Let me plug in my headphones so I can hear y'all as well. So give me a moment. Boop. Alrighty here. So I figured out what was happening with that. So let me go ahead and merge this video over, and we'll get going. Play.
I've been naturally inquisitive, questioning anything and everything that didn't quite make sense. As I grew, I poured countless hours into a number of conspiracy theories. Some of these theories I believe, and some of these theories I don't. But some of them I do. Here I'll be studying the evidence for and against all of history's mysteries. Doing the work so you don't have to. But you really should do it on your own, like check sources and all that. Okay. On today's episode, Flat Earth.
Let's get this straight. I'm checking my sources by watching your video. We live in a world that we're fucking lazy. I want to YouTube my answers. I don't want to Google it or read a book or run experiments. Fuck that. YouTube is the world. Anyways, play.
Flat Earth. A lot of people would have you believe the Earth is round. Well,
because it is.
We'll see. What is the Flat Earth theory? Well,
what is it?
The Flat Earth theory posits, there we go, that the Earth is not a globe, as you have come to know it, but is in fact...
Let me guess, it's flat?
A flat disc-like shape.
Hence the word Flat Earth theory. Carry on.
Let me show you here. It's kind of a lot like this. Yeah. It suggests that the Earth's land masses lie flat. And to better understand this,
they lie flat. Man, this guy's getting off on the right foot. Carry on.
Let's go all the way back to the Bedford level experiment with Samuel Burley Robotham. So let's go to the chalkboard.
So I know this theory because I got caught in that YouTube wormhole, and this theory is actually a very good theory. So I want you guys to really listen to this theory, even though I don't understand the point of the chalkboard and chalk, but we'll get to that. So listen, this is a really good theory. So
in the Bedford level experiment, Sir Samuel Burley Robotham, don't know if that's how it's pronounced, kicked off this whole flat Earth thing with the Bedford level experiment. I'll write it here. Bedford level X. This is the loudest thing in the world. Experiment. What he did is he started on a long river and he stood here, this is him, with a telescope. Boop, 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 boop. And he had his friend in a boat, boop, 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 ride a number of miles.
Let me stop there. I love sound effects, man. You're awesome. But this fucking chalkboard is dumb as fuck. Modern age, son. Marker boards.
Down the river. So this was what he was suggesting. Because of the curve of the globe, he shouldn't be able to see his friend after about 6 miles. The top of the sail should have been about 11 feet under his view, but instead, he saw his friend go like more than 6 miles. The whole time he saw the whole boat and the whole thing just like this. That led him to thinking that Earth is not a globe. Wait, globe. There we go. This is where it gets a little wacky. He published these findings in a book.
So, I do agree with this. So when you look outside, watch the weather, you say visibility is 10 miles. But per the math that they've done, you should only be able to see like 8 miles, I think, before the Earth starts to drop. What was it? Like 15 or 13 feet or something like that. So I definitely agree with this. Why do we not see the curve? But we'll carry on.
Called Earth, not a globe. The tricky thing is that he published these findings under the name parallax. Why? I don't know. Now, if you think this sounds crazy, it's important to note that a lot of people are actually in the same school of thought as parallax. Possibly Kyrie Irving, Tila Tequila, and B.O.B. And this is where people...
So I think they're just throwing names out there just to give some validity to their arguments. Hey, these famous people believe the Earth's flat, so it has to be flat. But that's either near there, whatever, because all those people that they just named are fucking retards. I mean, Tila Tequila, come on.
People kind of hit the wall on the flat Earth thing. Where's the edge?
Where is it?
Wonderful question.
There is
I've
none.
got answers. So, to explain, this is essentially what the shape of the flat Earth looks like. And of course, if these are the edges, your next question would be like, well, why haven't we fallen off? Well, that
Haven't fallen off because the Earth is round.
brings me to the ice wall. Using my handy dandy modeling clay for children, I'm gonna explain.
Play-Doh.
Once you got the land masses, and they're all there, they have this ice wall. Now, forgive me for saying flat earthers, I haven't fully made my...
I give him props for the colors. I mean, the land, he's separated them from the ice wall to give a visual, awesome. Good job. Great work, man.
mind up yet. I really would like to get around this because this is just so cool. And so, this is what they believe it looks like. So you got your Canada, US, Mexico, there's South America in there, and then Russia, the other big old landmass. They believe that the Antarctic surrounds the Earth and keeps the water in between the ice mass, just like this. Look at that. These are the principles of the Flat Earth Society. Honestly, seeing it like this, it's not so crazy. We understand the ice walls.
It may not be crazy, but when you fly, say you're in California, you fly to Australia, you never see that ice wall. You're in California again, you fly to Europe, never see that ice wall. So, where the fuck is it?
We got all that figured out. You might say, what about the seasons?
The seasons!
This is the most
fall.
enjoyable part of the
Let me
flat.
stop right there. Today's the first day of fall. Even though it's fucking, 95 degrees outside. Fall is amazing. Enjoy it, people.
Earth theory. It is actually suggested that the sun spins around the Earth. I'm actually doing the opposite of that, but give me a break, you can figure it out. The seasons changing when the sun is closer and further from the Earth. The Earth stays kind of a fixed number of miles away from the sun, so that's good. So they believe in gravity, so we're good. No, they don't. Gravity is a hoax.
What? Gravity's a hoax? What? Carry on.
In the flat Earth theory, the tides are not moved by lunar involvement. The tide shifts are connected to a magnet in the center of the Earth. And we all stay here, not because of gravity, but because the Earth and the sun are constantly and ever moving upward, like a tower of terror that you can never get off. This brings me to photographs.
So they're saying that the Earth is always moving up, which is forcing us to stay down. I mean, I could definitely see that theory, but that doesn't explain the seasons. That doesn't explain the tides. I mean, I don't understand the whole magnet thing. I wish you would have went a little bit more into depth, explain that magnet theory for the tides. I haven't heard that one yet. But as far as the Earth moving up, I could definitely see that, I guess. I mean, I'm not totally against flat Earth. I'm not totally for round Earth, whatever. But some of these arguments are just stupid. Carry on.
So you're saying, I've seen photos of the Earth. It looks like a sphere. It's very circular. Why haven't these flat Earth people seen the photos either? Well, they have. But those photos were taken by NASA. This is a quote pulled from the Flat Earth Society's website. In general, we at the Flat Earth Society do not lend much credibility to photographic evidence. It is too easily manipulated and altered.
Maybe in today's society it's altered, but back when Apollo took their first pictures of the Earth, we didn't have Photoshop back then. We could definitely maybe alter them by drawing it or something, I don't know. But the computer and the technology that we had back then is not what we have today. So altered pictures from the 60s, 70s, get out of here. That
is where me and them connect. You cannot trust photos. For example, photos of the moon landing. Here's a photo of me at NASA, looking like I'm having a great time. Here's a photo of me and my best friend Jeff Goldblum. I've never met him. And on the whole, the Flat Earth Society doesn't believe anything that NASA says or does. They don't believe that we've ever been to the moon. Me neither. So if they're not going to believe other people's photos, why don't they take their own? Well, they've tried.
I would like to get into the moon landing thing. My brother-in-law is very anti. We haven't been to the moon. I just want to know the reasoning behind that. So maybe I can do a video with him later and check out his thoughts.
They don't even know what's underneath the Earth because they can't get outside of this.
Well, they said there's a magnet underneath the Earth, so that kind of defeats that first tide comment that he had. But on to the next one.
Ice wall to get a good pic. They have no idea. One man even tried to shoot himself into the sky to get a good photo of the circle.
Rocket Man. You guys need to YouTube that. This is a homemade rocket. This guy shoots himself like, was it 200 feet in the air? I think he lived, but it's pretty hysterical watching it.
Listen, global warming is going to melt away that ice wall. We're all going to swim out and just fall over like a waterfall. And I, for one, can't wait. But as Reading Rainbow always said, don't just take my word for it. Look it up yourself. Do the research on your own.
So, give me a moment. Let me get to that. So, global warming is supposedly like a thing that NASA is saying and people are saying. So, do the flat earthers believe in global warming? That's the next question that I have for you. If you guys believe in global warming, isn't the global warming going to melt the ice wall? And aren't we eventually going to fall off? I mean, like, if the ice is what's holding us in this earth, this world, if that ice wall melts, aren't we all going to die? Because the water's going to go poof. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but if the ice wall melts and the ice wall is what is holding everything in, if that melts, we're all going to be disappeared. So, and this whole magnet thing for the tides, like I don't understand that at all. So if somebody could let me know this magnet tide thing, that's the first I've ever heard of that. Like, I've never watched that whole video before. I kind of skimmed through it to see if he would actually point out facts, and that's the first time I've watched through it. So this magnet thing, I'm gonna have to do some research on like on that besides YouTube or whatever. Because I'm kind of intrigued of how do we know there's a magnet underneath the Earth if we've never been past the ice walls to see what's underneath the Earth. So does that kind of debunk what you guys truly think as flat earthers? Because if you've never been past the ice wall, how do you know there's a magnet underneath there influencing the tides? And he kind of, and then let me go to the seasons. He says the seasons are a part of the sun going away and towards the sun, away and towards the sun. But if we're both moving upward at the same rate of speed, how does the sun go away and then come to the earth? That doesn't make sense to me at all. So if you could explain that to me as what mean, like, when I keep telling you you're all fucking retarded, that, like, let me rephrase that. There are some great points that I've seen on flat earthers YouTube channels that I'm kind of like thinking, oh well, maybe, like the Bedford experiment, experiment. How can I see 10 to 20 miles, but I never see the curve of the earth? Like that to me makes sense. Like, I've heard people say that your eyes always balance to the horizon or something. I'm not a scientist by any means, and I don't fully understand that. But that Bedford experiment definitely raises an eyebrow. Like, hey, maybe there's something to this. But the whole faking of the photographs. Okay, let's say we did fake the photographs. We've never been to the moon. Everything's a hoax. Yada yada yada. Here's the real question: why would the government lie to you about the Earth being round? Why would NASA lie to you about not going to the moon? What is there to hide? Are we hiding the aliens? Are we hiding that we're just a one big computer program and we're all just fake? Are we hiding that we're still in our mom's tummy right now, and then once we die, we actually birth into the real world, that type of thing? I did see one theory that it kind of hit home like with me. So they said that the Earth, where we're at right now, say we are surrounded by that ice wall. When we die, we go on to the next one. So it was basically like a bullseye. The bullseye was the Earth, and then there was a second world outside the Earth, and a world outside of that. So we just keep expanding out infinity times. Like I don't know if it was infinity times, but the picture they showed is sort of like five or six times. So I've always been intrigued by where do we go after death. Like, do we reincarnate? Do we go to the heavens? Is the heaven the Earth outside the ice wall? Who knows? Only time will tell when we die what happens. If we remember our life right now and we get reincarnated. All of a sudden, it's gotten really cold in here. I don't know what's going on. I got chills. Something's watching me. Darn ghost. So, like I said, let's get back to this flat Earth theory. Are you for flat Earth? Are you against flat Earth? And, like, you know, I'm kind of indifferent, honestly. To be 100% honest, I'm not for it. I'm not against it. I'm open-minded to the opinions of other people. But just don't tell me the Earth is flat because of the government's hiding it from us. Give me some facts. I do like the plain fact that somebody tried to shoot me. Like, we are never having to nosedive when we fly or something. Like, I don't know. I don't know science, like, again, but gravity pulls like the moon, so it circles it. So it's kind of like the plane is just orbiting, so it's not going to ever crash into it. Like, so we just keep missing it type thing. There was a video on that, whatever. But regardless, like I said, I had a great show for you planned today, but people are pussies and they don't want to defend their points. And I get it. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, like, I don't care if you have your opinions. Just prove them. Just like the Black Lives Matter, Flat Earth, if we've been to the moon, ghost, whatever. Just defend your points. But this is Mike. Only with Mikes. Have a nice day.
Panties dropping off, saying all she want is this dick. Whether it's hard or soft, closest I've been to pussy is fish sticks and tartar sauce. And I ain't trying to be no martyr boss. Fuck around and she done pissed me